Again, your parents have been a source of much advice and guidance along the Eagle Trail. And as a symbol of what your father has made possible, the court now asks you to present to your father this Eagle's father's pin. So, the moment of truth. By the authority vested in me by the National Council of Honor of the Boy Scouts of America, it's my privilege and pleasure, to pronounce you an Eagle Scout. Congratulations. All right, continue on standing up here. All right, next I would like to have Mr. Kidwell come forward, please.
Good evening. My name is Jeff Kidwell. I have the honor and privilege to be the committee chair of Troop 1378, the person who sat on Jared's Eagle Board review back in November. May I congratulate you again, and may I remind you that scouting should now become even greater tie between the son and parents, binding you even more closely as a family. Through each of you, I express confidence that you will honor scouting with your life and service as today scouting honors you. By becoming an Eagle Scout, you gain more than a pretty medal to wear. You also gain some important responsibilities. I'd like to outline some of those responsibilities for you. Charger. Becoming an Eagle Scout is a great accomplishment. Being an Eagle Scout is a great responsibility. As an Eagle, the Scout Oath, the Scout Law should take a new meaning for you. The motto and the slogan take new urgency. As an Eagle, you should your first obligation is to live with honor. You're a marked man, a leader, for good or ill. People will follow the example you set. Give up anything before you give up your reputation and good name. As Shakespeare said, mine, honor, is my life. Both grow in one. Take honor from me, and my life is done. Let the white of Eagle badge remind you of your honor. Your second obligation as an Eagle Scout is to be loyal. As a follower, you promise to be loyal to those above you. Now, as a leader, you must also be loyal to those below you. Treat them as you want to be treated. And you must also be loyal to your ideals, not letting others sway you from your course. Let the blue of the Eagle badge remind you of your loyalty. Your third obligation as an Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Stepping into a new role as a leader, you'll face many challenges and obstacles. A ship in the harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are for. You must have the courage to do what is right, whatever other people say or do. Let the red of the Eagle badge remind you of courage. Your fourth obligation is to serve others. For a leader is above all a servant. Let the practice of your daily good turn become a lifetime of service. For only in giving of yourself do you give anything of value. Just as always has, let the scroll of your badge remind you of your service. Your final obligation as an Eagle Scout is to have vision. As a leader, you must now blaze your own trail. Just as a bald eagle soared high above the ground can look far into the distance, so you too must look far into the future. Many people will follow you, only the vision will lead them to the right direction. Let the silver eagle hanging from your badge remind you of your vision. These then are your obligations as an Eagle Scout: honor, loyalty, courage, service, and vision. Meeting those obligations, you can lead your troop and your community, your nation, toward a better tomorrow.
At this time, I'd like to recognize a few folks that would like to make some special presentations. First, Supervisor Jenkins.
Can you hear me in the back okay, or do I need this mic? Don't think I do. Well, let me tell you how honored I am to be here tonight. It's a special honor because this troop is the troop where my 3 sons became Eagle Scouts. That was a long time ago. I asked my oldest son the other day how long he'd been an Eagle Scout, and he said he couldn't remember, but he's 53 years old. That's a pretty good while. Mom and Dad, you know, you wouldn't be here receiving this honor without their total support. And I know exactly all about the camp outs, all about the merit badges. I still do a little merit badge counseling. But I wanted to tell you that I bring to you today greetings from our Board of County Supervisors. Our board is really behind the scouting program. And whenever we see somebody reach the top, we want to recognize that person in a special way. So I'm going to read to you a commendation prepared by the board dated January 28, 2014. Whereas Mr. Jared W. Horne joined the Cub Scouts in 2003 as a Tiger Cub and Boy Scout Troop 1378 in June 2008, and has reached the highest level of scouting achievement and is being awarded the Eagle Scout rank. And whereas Mr. Horne has accumulated many noteworthy accomplishments in his years of scouting, including being elected to the Order of the Arrow, and has held many leadership positions in Troop 1378, including patrol leader and troop guide. And whereas Mr. Horne, for his Eagle Scout project, led scouts and other volunteers in refurbishing Lake Jackson Lions Club Pavilion, shed, and flagpole area for community use. And whereas in his capacity as both a formal and informal leader in other organizations, Mr. Horne further demonstrated leadership at Bethel Free Will Church, C.D. Helton High School's football and field and track team, and the National Honor Society in providing sportsmanship, community service, and humanitarian support. Now therefore be it resolved that by the authority vested in me as the Neabsco Magisterial District Supervisor and on behalf of the Board of County Supervisors, I hereby commend Mr. Jerry W. Horne for receiving the Eagle Scout rank and express the Board's appreciation for his contributions to the county and the Board's admiration for his many years of service to scouting and the community. And it's appropriately signed with a seal on it, suitable for framing. I'd like to put it in.
I'd like to introduce Ms. Gloria Wilson. Ms. Wilson is the president of the Lake Jackson Lions Club.